Good.
A lot better than I was. So yeah, much more positive.
That's 'cause I was kicking yourself.
than I was.
Right then, so this is about May. If you attended last night's one, that is my more personal month ahead. Have you got pen and paper? Because obviously I chuck loads of dates at you. All right. I am strategically using this myself. All right. As you can tell with recent events that have taken place in my world, it is really working as part of the picture. I don't know if you've noticed a couple of things going on, you know, exorcists and shit like that going on. But yeah, it's all coming together beautifully, just as we want it to, all in perfect timing. So I can say categorically this and plus everything and the mindset and everything, it works beautifully, because the point of these sessions is to align you with the universal energies in business mode. People are so quick to read a horoscope about their love life, but they don't consider that those energies are at play in business as well. All right, so this is purely about business, the energy of business. So, and it is, we are looking at May 2021. So the first 2 weeks of May, so there will be a little bit of repeat on last night's one, but the first 2 weeks is about balance in business as well. Now, we have been spending so much time in recovery position, to do with the lockdowns and all of that. The emphasis has been so much on financial challenges, financial strain, or recreating, rebuilding, all of that energy. And the majority of people, and certainly in business, have had to focus on money and creating money. All right. May is about balance. Okay. So you should now have things in place that are going to take care of you financially, or you know you've got things in the pipeline. You understand what I mean? It's all there, it's all coming in. What May is going to ask you to do is, yes, still continue to look after your financial and materialistic needs, but you've got to bring some balance into May and make sure that you are looking after yourself emotionally and spiritually. Yeah. So because of that, when I switch over to looking at business sector, in the month of May, we have to be mindful of how we are feeling about business this month. It's going to be key. Yeah. If you're in fuck this mode, yeah, the universe will go, oh, okay. Did you hear that? Yeah? She wants us to fuck it. Let's fuck the business. Yeah. All right. So be very, very mindful. And I'm always banging on that you are in a relationship with your business. And that will be very apparent this month. So you have to look after your own needs within your business, as well as other people's needs in business. So we may have to learn to take other people into more consideration, you know, whether that's clients' points of view, perspectives, things like that, or, you know, how you're being perceived by other people and stuff like that. That may come into play, but it's about looking after your spiritual self as well as the financial aspect. Okay. So we will be expressing our feelings in work much more. If you are someone who does lives like myself, which I'm on the increase, I'm getting better, you will need to be mindful of other people's perspectives when you are putting your point across. I did write a comment on the back of someone's comment last night. Oh, that sounds negative, and this woman drives me fucking mad. And I said, stop being negative. Get back in the positive. And then, you know, when you think an hour later, she's going to really take that as me. You know, it was written with good spirit that she's going to take that as me critiquing. I know she is, but it's all right. She sits in my stuff, copies everything I do. And is a life coach. Woo! So there you go. So it's just being mindful, like moments like that, So some of you maybe have a move away from the laptop moment.
Yeah.
Engage brain, come back to the laptop, all right? Because we will be expressing our feelings about how our businesses work. I've expressed a few lately about how I'm really seeing the bitches and witches coming out, as I affectionately call them, but also about how I strongly believe that people, and May is going to prove me right or wrong, that those who served well through lockdown are now being rewarded.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see who's flying high and who's still scrabbling in the dirt. I can see it so clearly. It amuses me, to be honest. So there will be a bit of that. So we do need to be mindful in our business dealings of other people's perspectives on things. So again, you know, I always say to you, celebrate your wins with your tribe. Yeah, but make sure you are showing up, not showing off. They have a very different energy. Yeah, I am blessed with a fabulous tribe that like to see me do well. Do you know why I like to do well? Because the better I am doing, the more revenue I have coming in, the more client work I have coming in, the more I can give. Yeah, it gives me space, freedom, and flexibility to give more, like my 3-day challenge. Yeah. Just be mindful of other people's perspectives. It's also in all areas of life. In May, the energy of self-sabotage is going to be brought to the front. All right. So if you have issues with success, if you have issues with money, as in worth, self-worth of money, then May is going to bring that home to you for you to address and deal with it. Okay, so if you have a pattern of self-sabotage, so you get to just one step before the biggie and then bang, yeah, something in you is going to click while you're doing that. And what that's really about, what your block is, what your shift is. More often than not, it's fear of being seen. Because with every level of success comes a new level of awareness of you. Yeah. And we have to all continue. If you want to grow your business, you have continually got to get out of your comfort zone. All right. That is so key. You know, what is it they say? Success is on the other side of your comfort zone or something. There is an expression, isn't there, that we use. So I gave an example last night. I have a client who has recognized she has a self-sabotage pattern for success, where because she's on her own, got no one to celebrate success with, when she gets just within an inch of it, she then bombs out on it, doesn't ride the success to allow it to take her to the next level. She actually falls back because she feels low that she's not got someone to celebrate it with, instead of recognizing that success is hers and hers alone. Yeah, when we have success, you are meant to get on that success horse, pony, donkey, whatever it is, and allow it to ride with it, empower you to the next level of the game. Because it's all it is, honeys, it's a game. We're just playing the game of business. All right. So that will be coming up, but it's coming up, but because you're addressing it. So it's powerful. You're not going to give into it. You're going to click it and you're probably going to go, fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? Because you're going to have light bulb moments about why you do certain things in key moments. All right. When it comes to business as well, this is a month where we're going to really spend time looking at our systems, looking at our sales processes. I know one of you are made put in a booking system. Yeah, things like that. All right. Because it's what we're going to recognize this month. And if business is complicated, then we need to simplify it. So, for example, I'm going to strip out a lot of what I do. I'm going to reducing massively what I do and just simplifying how I can serve you. Yeah, because it's too much going on, too busy, too crazy. So we will be looking at what is complicated and not working, and simplifying our structures, our funnels, booking systems, websites, all of that will be going on, because we want an easier life when it comes to business, because we want to be free to get on with the serving, the doing, the being, the helping others. Okay. Now, this is a month that lives can change dramatically. All right. This is a massive life-changing month. And this continues through until October the 8th. So there can be confusion this month. Yeah, because it's about gaining that clarity and that simplicity. Yeah. We can have kind of control issues creep in, because we're going to have to let go. Yeah. We do need to watch money this month as well. Keep your eye on your money, your inflow and your outflow, as I call it. I don't call it expenses. I don't call it income and expenses. I call it inflow and outflow. Yeah, so make sure that they are balancing for you. So I'm going to fire some dates at you. All right. And then I will bring the tarot in as well. So the 2nd of May, straight away. I mean, we're already in this energy of needing to bring balance, because it's actually the influence of the full moon. The 2nd, which I think is Saturday. I think it's Saturday. Sunday, is it? Okay. Right. This is a great day to sell a group program that is fun. And I encourage you to embrace that bank holiday vibe that people are in. But it is also a day to ask your tribe, ask your audience to share your stuff, to be commenting, to be sharing, to be contributing. All right. So even though it's the weekend, it can still be powerful when it comes to business. Okay. When we get to the 8th, you know, it is all still true, and it's very much about being, in order to do good business this month, you need to be sociable and you need to be having fun with it. All right, it's a big thing this week. People want that fun and sociability. They're being released now, so they can go out and play. So they won't want heavy, hard stuff. They will want that energy of fun and playfulness. That's what will attract them. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say? That's what people are going to be naturally drawn to in this month. So use humor and things like that. But on the 8th, it is a great day to launch something. All right. But you need to launch it with a fun energy. Not focus on any goal of how many people sign up, how much money you make off it, none of that at all. Instead, it's just send it out as a bit of fun and see what happens. It is around the 8th. You need to watch your business spending. All right, just watch business spending around the 8th as well. When we get to the 11th, we have a new moon. And as always, that is where we can be beginning something new and committing to a new goal around the 11th. Obviously, there's always build-ups to these energies. It's not always bang, bang, bang. But there is this build-up and this committing to this new goal. But what I also want you to make time to do on that new moon is to be thankful and grateful to yourself for everything that you have achieved in the last 4 weeks. Because actually you probably have done a frick of a lot if you look back. So recognize, and that could be bringing in changes and shifts. I'm not necessarily talking financial achievement or anything like that, but just recognize and appreciate how well you are doing in your business. For one, the fact that you are still in business. Let's be honest. Yeah, the fact that you are still in business, the fact that you have not lost your motivation to do business, to serve, to enjoy. Yeah, all of these things. I did laugh because, Paul, we're filming on the 8th.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun then.
Yeah, it will be.
Sorry, I just clicked. But it's all about a new goal. So you kind of like take that deep breath of appreciation for yourself and then go, right, and now we're going to do this. Yeah, so launch a product, launch a service, something like that. Yeah, but the reason why it's about appreciating you in your business is to put the energy of gratitude into your business in connection to money. Because you have to have self-worth in your business as well, which again is why there is this whole energy this month, is that balance of looking after you. It's no good working 80 hours a week when the reality is you're on minimum wage.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, of course.
So would you say these, because I'm about to launch 2 things, and so would you say these next 2 weeks from the 2nd of May are the great time to launch them?
Yeah.
Right, fun, love, energy, enjoyment.
High vibe. Think high vibe.
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah, think high vibe, not doom and gloom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we emotionally sell.
Yeah. Always
emotionally sell. So I do posts where I'm expressing low end emotion, but that's to form that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at this month, actually, it's the high vibe, fun vibration that will connect you to your audience.
Happy and fun, I can definitely do that.
So Cheryl, that might be fun fabrics or fun projects, or I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Something.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And Paul, I would use humor. If you want to promote exercise. Sounds like such a contrast. But I mean, oh my God, if you've seen the ad-libs and the outtakes in here, you would understand, no, actually, it's quite a funny subject, and that's just the cameraman. But yeah, you know, there's just play with it. This is the month to have fun in business. It really, really is. But remember to appreciate yourself, because that's going to work on your money relationship within the business. It's like I say, it's no good working for minimum wage. Go flip burgers, honey. I'm sorry, but do you know what I mean? But it's also around the 11th is a great time to say, appreciate how well you're doing, but you should be feeling very inspired and determined as well. And you will be wanting to, I'd expect you to be wanting to expand your business. Okay, but you may still have some limitations or some restrictions. Now, whether that's government and all of that, or it may be financial restrictions because we've got this money energy this month. Yeah, but some of you may want to expand, but have issues with it, feeling a little bit restricted in your ability to do that. But this is a time when really important changes can come into your business, but you're going to need to be realistic, have realistic plans. Don't launch something thinking you're going to get 1,000 members. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like there's a need to be realistic within it, but actually big important changes and expansion are possible around the 11th. Okay, when we get to the 14th, now we go into what is called pre-retrograde. So on the 29th, Mercury is going to retrograde, and people, like a lot of people, live in fear of that because all hell can break loose. But that's your perspective. All right. So pre-retrograde is it's starting to build. So this is a time when we may need to be reconsidering the things we're doing in our business. How we present ourselves, how we do things. Yeah. It is a number 6 day as well. So it's not a day to start anything new on the 14th. So that's why I said to you, Fee, launch your stuff before the 14th, because the 14th is pre-retrograde. When we're in the full-blown retrograde, we can feel like we're going backwards, but we're actually not. Yeah. So it's, you know, it's not particularly a day to start anything new. On the 14th, make offers to your warm audience. Don't be going for new business. I mean, you can, but what I'm saying is we would encourage you to go for warm business, your warm audience, not brand spanking new cold business around the 14th because of these energies. So this is where I say there is a positive. Everyone craps themselves about retrograde because it's going backwards. When I'm in Mercury retrograde, I focus on old clients to reinstate old clients. Yeah, get them back. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's what we do. So make your offers around then to your warm audience. On the 15th, this is a day to really check all your systems are working, whether you have actually got some glitches in your websites, your mail, whatever, that kind of thing. Yeah, your booking system, check for glitches around then, check everything is working. So the 15th, as I affectionately call it, is a day to hide in the office. Don't go, I wouldn't do meetings, I wouldn't particularly do meetings or going out and about or big sales, big being seen, doing lives. 15th is a day to sit in the office and get shit done on that level. Maybe you need to send out your invoices or something like that, but be present in that. And again, you know, we also need to, on the 8th, just tally up your invoices on the 8th. Make sure the money's in the bank that should be, and you've not missed something, or you don't discover someone's not paying you and things like that around the 8th. Okay, just check that money does come in when it is supposed to. But as I say, the 15th is a big day for in the office. Are you keeping up? Any questions so far? You okay?
No, I'm good.
Yep.
Cool. So on the 23rd, we also have Saturn going retrograde, and that is going to last for about 22 weeks. And this is where I think the month gets interesting, because this is where karma comes in, the first layer of karmic. Because what it's about is responsibility. If you have been being responsible in your life and in your business, if you have been doing good, then from the 23rd and for 22 weeks following that, you should be rewarded for that on karmic. The businesses where the owners have had a in it for myself attitude and have not been doing good, making a difference, serving others, helping, being responsible in what they're doing, will not be on the positive end of that spectrum. All right, because we call it the karma lord. Saturn is the karma lord. However, what is possible that day, the 23rd, is a big sale. So that will come from a warm lead again, but you could sign a big contract, big client, something like that. All right, all of that will be in play. And then on the 29th, Mercury does actually go retrograde. Okay, so as always, we do need to watch issues in communication and technology and travel. I'm not saying don't do these things, but be aware, like with travel, check and double check your booking, your timetable, check for delays, check your passport 15 times, it's still in date, your tickets are printed right. You know, if you've got to print tickets off and you leave it till the 11th hour to print them tickets off, guess what's going to happen? Yeah, it's print them now. Or in the first 2 weeks of the month of May, if you need to print anything off, be doing that now. Okay. Now, what is interesting business-wise is that this Mercury retrograde is actually about knowledge and intuition. So people are going to be seeking knowledge. So for you to use the Mercury retrograde energy in a positive way is to serve people with knowledge. Do you understand what I mean by that? Yeah? Serve people with knowledge, give them information. Now there's going to be loads of changes going on in our businesses and lives and all the rest of it. So think to provide knowledge to help people transition lots of change. Yeah. It is a time where we really do need to listen to other people's opinions. Normally I'm like, don't give a fuck. but you may find yourself around the 29th and for the few weeks after, needing to listen to other people's opinions to some degree, whether that is to bring change into your work, how you do what you do. But trust your intuition on these things as well. But like I said, it is about knowledge, this one. And people will go back because of the retrograde. People will be coming back to you for your knowledge. Yeah, that's what we will be seeing, is that people will be coming back to you for knowledge. So sell through knowledge, serve people with knowledge. Pardon?
It's half term. That's at half term as well. So I can
Is it?
take that.
Yeah. Yeah, people may want help through a knowledge and understanding. Trust your intuition on who to serve or how to serve. Yeah, so it would be a good season for info products and stuff like that as well. If you've got big events coming up, then sell what they're going to learn. Yeah, sell them on what they're going to learn. So whereas like my industry, my work is about transformation, yeah, I will have to change how I do business a little bit, as in how I sell my services, because I need to sell knowledge. Yeah, I need to teach. I need to teach from the 29th for a couple of weeks, rather than transform. Da, da, da. Yeah, it has a different energy, so it will attract a different. And the thing is, we want that, don't we? But it will be more other old clients. So for me, old students coming back. Right? Any questions? Do I switch over to tarot for more insight? Any questions? Are you jotting it all down? Can you see how it actually is going to be a busy month? It is a month where you need to be able to think on your feet. If you can't think on your feet, you're going to have to learn to dance very quickly. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, because we've got so much energy overlapping. So 1 minute you could have this influence, and the next minute you'll have this influence. You'll be like, what the fuck? Yeah. So and this is where that issues of control comes in. So if you are like, no, I'm doing it this way, this is how I do business, this is what you will do, this is what I will do this. And you're unable to think outside the box, then you're going to struggle in May. So Fiona, you might have trouble getting clients who are like, is it the word dogmatic? Who are dogmatic, I think that's the right word, to think outside the box.
Yeah.
I have to be, and with someone like me, I've got a few clients who are like that. They're not able to flex. They're not able to act quickly on opportunities. And to be honest, I was thinking of ditching them, which sounds ridiculous at a time to ditch income.
Yeah.
But actually, in my world, and I'm chasing people because they can't provide a photograph. Fee knows this. Photographs sell stories.
Yeah.
And I just get exhausted by it.
Yeah.
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 I was going to ask a question about self-sabotage.
Yes.
I don't self-sabotage, as you know, in things like asking for money and stuff like that. My problem is I think because I'm so in my lane and because I'm such an extrovert, I'm often conscious of the fact I'm blind to other people's feelings, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that is something I've got to work on.
Yeah.
I had a comment on something from LinkedIn. I get quite a lot of good traction now on LinkedIn. And I realized, as a journalist, you know, there are always two or multiple sides to a story. As a business person, I do what you do. Fuck them, I'm just going to get on it. I'll stay on my lane.
Yeah.
Any suggestions for sort of helping me or helping myself to not just blindly I just don't see people sometimes. I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
Fee might understand me. Anyone who's an extrovert will understand. I can actually, if you're an introvert or you're a quiet person, I can actually not even acknowledge or see you.
Yeah.
I get blind to things. That is
Yeah.
that's how I can self-sabotage myself.
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
But the only thing that I would say about that, though, is that often these people aren't ready to work with you.
Mm.
And you have to think about, I look at everything on a vibration, as you know, so that the very introvert client, potential client, is of, no offense to people, is of no use to you whatsoever, Fiona, because they won't be doing the work that they need to do, which you just talked about. Yeah. And yes, they may have different opinions, but again, everyone has different opinions. But I just leave them in theirs and know that they are not my people, not today at least. I never react and respond to negativity. I mean, I did take the piss out of the testimonial about my book being an old, because that was the woman I used to share my yard with. I know every word of language in that. It's hysterical. And I'm psychic. Ta-da! But, you know, it's like, dickhead. But I think that what you need to happen sometimes, though, is when you read something, take a deep breath and think, is there something that I can say that may help?
Okay.
When in my positive vibe tribe, when someone is moaning about something, because I'm adamant it has to be a high vibe tribe, because otherwise I won't want to be in my own tribe no more. Yeah. But if people are moaning and that, I just put hugs. Hugs.
Yeah.
Because often with some of the people in that tribe, they're actually attention seeking. And the poor Peter routine is a way of seeking attention. Yeah. And they fall by the wayside. Now, with regards to self-sabotage, I would say to you, well, just take a deep, learn to read it, not respond instantly, take a deep breath and think about that person like, cool, they're not in a good place. Or do you know what I mean? And put something like, if you're going to respond, put something light-hearted. That's not, don't talk down.
Yeah.
Do not talk down, don't preach, don't talk down. Yes, support if you like, but support with humour or some form of positivity. Does that make sense? Does that help?
Yeah. I just sometimes think, sometimes I feel like I can get too arrogant, if that makes sense.
So you don't come
I don't know if
across
that
like
comes
that
across
at
to
all?
people, but I sometimes think,
No.
yeah, I think I'm a bit of a legend in my own lunchtime, and I can be blind to other people's feelings. I have this personally, having a very sister who is very introvert. I've offended her many times, and I have not even registered that I've done anything to offend her.
But that's not your issue.
Yeah.
That is not your issue.
That sounds what my daughter Georgia always says to me.
It's
That's
not.
an issue, not an ish me.
Yeah. It's not your issue. You can't own that. That will block you. And what that will do is that will be impacting your confidence with people who are introverts.
Mm.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah.
Is that okay? So because Thea, I completely understand it, because I am so over the top, as you know, and I think it's really interesting for me with really introverted people, because sometimes I can just be a little bit too much for people. I can just be a little bit too much, and so if I feel that in them, then often I'll just stop. But then that's their opportunity to come forward. But if they don't come forward, exactly what Sam says, it's not their time.
No,
it's not their time.
And in a face-to-face situation, if you're aware of that going on, then you flip it off you and onto them and ask them a question. I have to watch it, because I am, where I have a similar trait, Fiona, I think we put in the same bag. I am so spiritually aware, so spiritual, so wired on that I forget people don't know this stuff. And I can be like, how the fuck can you not know that? You know, and I forget. So, you know, that's why I've gone back to basics on the live coaching, that programs that I do, the group ones, because I forget that people need the basics. Do you get what I mean? Because I'm like 20 years on, I forget that people are just stepping on the path, and that's who actually I serve. You know, so I do get that. However, if you're being extroverts in making a statement and you've got introverts reacting and not liking it, you're still getting their attention.
I
and
think
you're
what it
pushing
is,
their thinking.
the problem in business for me with that, being an extrovert, is my mother is highly introverted. So you have an introvert mother, introvert sister, extrovert daughter. So what happens is whenever I'm high vibing in the business, and I can't talk about this openly, I can't write blogs about it or anything like that. Privately at home, if I talk to my mum, everything is damped down. None of my successes are celebrated. I'm not allowed to celebrate. You know, if my sister pisses me off,
but
she did recently,
Fiona? My mum is the same.
I have that all the time. So I'm always being dumped down to my sister's energy level.
It is envy.
Maybe.
Yeah? No, it's envy, because you're the person they can't be. So with my own mother, who has only just brought it to herself to congratulate me on moving house and being happy in a happy home because she's being evicted. It's like, I don't take the calls. I don't acknowledge. She'll write comments on stuff on Facebook and I blank her because I won't buy into the game and allow her to burst my bubble. So you have a choice about what you share. If your mum can't celebrate for you, stop expecting her to.
Yeah.
Stop sharing stuff with her.
To everyone else here, the reason this has come up over lockdown is because lockdown has brought her onto social media for the first time in her life. And I find I'm really starting to make decisions about what I write where.
Yeah. Have you thought to restrict her?
She's only she's not in my tribe, and she's not on my business page. It wouldn't strike her to look at it.
But even on your personal, have you thought to restrict her?
I haven't, no.
Restrict her. Put her on restricted, so she only sees public stuff, or vice versa. You can also do a share and exclude and list people. It's so long since I've done that, but I know you, because I used to have to do that with the people that used to copy everything I did. When it in the times back in the day, it never thought my mind just to remove them.
Throughout all the years I've done business, ladies, Paul, this has never been a thing, but lockdown has changed it. And I'm very conscious of it changing the energy on social media around me and my business.
Which cannot happen. So we would describe her as a negative in your world, pulling you off your path of light. But you have a choice how much you share with her. I don't tell my mum. I could have been in a relationship for the last 3 years. My mum wouldn't have a freaking clue. I choose what I share. I've learned over the years, because otherwise I'm the one that takes the hit. And I'm not taking the hit for her to feel better. I'm done with that. And she's been like it since the day I was born, like jealousy over my relationship with my dad. So I know I've got a big hit to come because my dad's moving in with me, even though he's got cancer. You know, she will still, those issues will rise.
But they're hers, not yours.
Pardon?
But they're hers, aren't they?
Hers. So I'm choosing not to engage with it. That's the power.
My brother and sister are exactly the same. And but I have not engaged with them for 10 years.
The biggest, the most powerful thing, and the biggest spiritual achievement you can have, and the biggest act of self-mastery is emotional mastery. If you are in control of your emotion state, you are able to control your emotion state. That is the ultimate self-mastery, because nothing and no one they can dent you for it. You can have a dodgy few hours and like, you know, but you learn you can change your emotion state like that. That's absolute self-mastery.
Mm.
All right. So
Yeah, thank
without
you.
being rude, Fiona, you are choosing to let your energy drop.
Mm.
You are choosing to hide or to reduce what you're putting out into the world or how you present yourself. You're doing that, not her. That's your reaction.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, so master your reaction.
Mm.
Then she loses that control. And you watch, the minute you start to do that, she'll stop seeing your stuff anyway and stop responding and reacting. It's weird because there's no longer a play out going on. There's no dynamic there anymore to feed. Make sense? Does that help you?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Right, then let me turn to tarot to see what else they will give us for the month ahead in business. So are you finding these sessions helpful?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is it working? Have
Yeah.
you had results through it, or you can see how it aligns?
Yeah.
Mm.
Are you, Fiona?
You know I am.
Good, I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, I'm actually giving these dates to my business manager for newsletters and do things on certain dates, use these words. So I'm as someone who's only started to embrace being spiritual recently, what I'm doing is I'm converting all this into really practical steps for the business.
Yes, absolutely. I use it as a business strategy. It's strategy. It's just energetic strategy.
Yeah.
And everything is energy, so it makes sense to work energetically. Yeah. All right, cool. So again, this is this month to rise and shine. But we have to watch for victim mode energy kicking in because we have to look after ourselves. We do have to be mindful of other people's feelings and opinions. And we will be having to weigh things up and make choices throughout the month of May. You need to stay focused. I'm always going to say that though, but you do need to stay focused and protect your vision for your work, your business. Yeah, you know what is right for you in your business deep down. It's your relationship. You know if it's working for you or not. If your relationship isn't making you feel loved and happy and high vibe, then it needs an adjustment. Yeah, you're not in love with your business. All right, you need to be in love with your business. First 3 weeks are still got this kind of rebuild energy going on. Some of you may need to feel or may find yourselves feeling quite alone in that, but it needs to be done. But I've got this feeling as if there really is light at the end of the tunnel now. If you couldn't see it before, then the light has been switched on. So keep your eyes on the light, as we say. All right. Now, I have my destiny card, which is really interesting for where it sits. So what you're supposed to be doing as well, I recommend this month, is you use any challenges and any change in order to power you up and move you forwards by using that as knowledge and information sharing and a way of doing business. All right. And interestingly, Fiona, I've also got that some of us will be making decisions about who we do business with. You know, in situations like that, I give it to the angels and then they go. If they're meant to go, they go. You know, I don't activate it. They do it. They just go. You know, there are victories, there are successes. Keep your eye on the money, keep your eye on the rewards. Work intuitively massively this month as well. Some of you may be studying. You know, there is that need for knowledge, and we'll be serving through knowledge, but we may find ourselves wanting to study or wanting to get more knowledge as well. However, if you have been in the process of learning, if you have been in the classroom of life, that is coming to an end, and many of you now have got to get out of the classroom and get on with it. You understand? All right. Focus on what remains in business. Put your energy into what is good, what is working. Yeah, this is not a month to, yes, we're going to fix our systems and things like that, but actually it's not a month to try to pick up the pieces of the past. Yeah, you may use elements of what you've done in a new way, but it's more about connecting with old clients, using old skills, but in a way that works. So put your energy into what is working. Don't waste energy trying to resuscitate the dead body on your office floor. Do you know what I mean? Like, leave it lying there. No one's interested. Okay, so there is this confusion energy going to come in, because actually there could be so many opportunities that you don't know if you're coming or going, or what to take or what to do. Yeah, that's where that confusion energy can also come in. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that well?
Yeah.
But I like that, because that means you have choice. There is nothing worse than when you're in a position where you have no choice, in my opinion. Yeah. So be mindful of your emotional state in your business. Let go of any negativities, the self-sabotage energy, which can be thinking. Yeah. I also want to encourage you to really, really, because of the karmic energy, have an attitude of gratitude. Every client, every ping of a PayPal payment going in your account. Yeah. You know, thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels, whatever, whoever it is you thank. Yeah, that attracts more. Be grateful for, even if it's a £5. Be grateful for that £5. It's £5 you didn't have 5 minutes ago. Be grateful, but have faith that it will all come together. So again, this is a month of transformation, massive transformation in business. Some of you may even be relocating as well, or changing or just completely changing how you do business, or what your business centers around. But it is about expansion. So even if the expansion doesn't come into play in May because of that retrograde energy, it's about getting ready and building for the expansion, which will come in June. You may need to take on more responsibility. You may need to outsource and get help. Other people may not like the choices you're making. I'm going to say, don't give a fuck, as I do. Yeah, because as long as you are in a positive, high vibing tribe, and you are letting go of negativity, whether it is yours or other people's, you can still do well. But it really feels like this month is the build up to a whole new chapter. And remember, I said this is a month where a life-changing stuff is possible. That's what this is all about. Yeah. Now that could be, you know, we can look back and realize that, I don't know, like the interview in the paper last week, me being interviewed. I could look back and realize in 2 months' time, 2 years' time, that was a life-changing moment. I say that because what I mean is we don't always realize it when we're in sometimes it is so big and obvious, yeah, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it can be a mindset shift, is a life-changing moment. Yeah. But that's what this month is about, to empower you to do these big shifts, do these big changes, and serve through knowledge. All right. Any questions? Is anyone feeling in limbo at the moment, or are you all powered up? You're all powered up. Cool. No one should be in limbo. Pardon?
Another question. I'm so sorry, Sharon and Paul. I hope you don't want me asking all these questions. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel it's really interesting when I've got this particular client who is she's come over from a previous organisation, and often because I am so emotional, often I will try and go with facts. So she brought her I'm trying to be very grateful for the fact that she has come along. So she didn't come on Zoom with us, but she did come to the face-to-face class on Saturday, and it wasn't the age that she wanted for her daughter, because we had shuffled things. Anyway, her daughter came. Her daughter was lovely. Her daughter's gorgeous, but her mother was like, anyway, so I shuffled the ages and all the rest of it. I think she thinks I might have done that for her. anyway, she has come back and she has said, that's a more sensible idea. And I know I'm going, but I'm trying to be grateful. I'm actually thinking, fuck's sake, seriously, but I'm not. I'm stepping away from the laptop and I'm not
Note
saying
to self moment.
yeah, absolutely. And now she has said, right, okay, thank you for that. What are the ages? No, that's right. How many children will now be in that group? So beautifully, my admin, she was amazing. She just replied to that because again, I was like, I'm not going to respond to that. And then she's come back with a third one saying, can you now tell me the ages of the young people in that group? Now, for me, I'm thinking, fuck this. Number 2, I love your daughter. She's wonderful, but I can't be doing with you.
Yeah.
On the other side of me, I'm kind of going, I'm thinking in my head, but I'm being grateful. But I'm thinking, my fact head is going, if I respond to this, I could respond to this for like, actually for data protection, GDPR and all the rest of it, I can't tell you that information. So that's my fact thing.
I would, yeah.
Right, okay. But then I'm also kind of thinking, if I engage with you anymore, actually, I can't be doing with you. And can you just get lost? But I'm there for her daughter. Do you know what I mean? I want to be there for her daughter. But on the other part of me, I'm thinking, am I actually encouraging this? Am I engaging with this? Whereas actually I'm thinking, goodbye, you have no idea what we're doing. Clearly you have no value in what we're doing, and so I feel like I'm not valuing us.
So, has she actually paid you yet?
No, because she had a trial.
Exactly.
But
so,
we don't.
Do you know how I interpret it? She's finding an out.
Oh really? Right, okay.
I wouldn't respond.
Good.
Don't respond for a day, couple of days.
Okay.
Give it to the angels.
And then after a couple of days?
After a couple of days, then send we can't answer that under GDPR.
Yeah.
Please confirm if you wish for your child to attend, click here to pay.
Right, okay. Do you
remember I said about control?
Yes.
Yeah, and self-sabotage.
Yes.
So how that is translating into that experience is you're being challenged, your control is being challenged.
Oh yeah.
So what we have to watch is that you don't go into self-sabotage off the back of it.
Yeah.
And that you handle it calmly.
Yeah,
because,
that's why I haven't done anything.
Yeah, because what happens is, and we're all guilty of, and it is an ego thing, but we all have an ego. Someone pisses you off.
Yeah.
And then the problem is that your energy then goes ping, 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 ping. And then you've got a number of things pissing you off.
Right, yeah.
Or you, unbeknown, piss someone else off. Because it's you who sat pissed off.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so there's a need to let go of the he said, she said routines of those emails.
Okay.
And get your head back in your business.
Okay, so just accept that she just doesn't understand and it's okay.
Yeah, she doesn't need to understand. She's a minion.
And sometimes you just want to let them go, don't you, Fee?
Yeah.
So she's going to drain your energy for weeks and months if she ends up paying, which I bet she never does.
I have 2 in my business. One, I have 2 of them in my business. One, the minute I see the paper come up that she's booked to a coaching thing, I think, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go. You know, who told me a load of freaking lies last night trying to get the VA in trouble that she didn't do her job. She bloody well did. But do you know what I mean? And I handle her with sweetness and light rather than, kill them with kindness. But you know, so I do get it because we're talking, you know, an hour and a half of dealing with a woman for a £10 ticket.
Yes.
You know. And I get it. It's, you know, isn't it, Fiona? It is one of those. I'm not going to stop doing it though.
It can work the other way as well, Fee. I mean, I've got at the moment a lady around me who's very lovely, but she will send me a really long message about why she can't afford, you know, a 20 quid webinar and a load of description, and I'll get another 3 messages about a situation. And obviously I want to be a kind person, but frankly, it was 20 quid. We can't afford it. I ain't fussed.
Yeah. Yeah.
because they're not at the level for the work.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
You know, and it really is one of those. And
Yeah.
it's not about the fact that it's the £10, although it is practically financially within the business, like, fuck's sake, it's just cost me £60 of labour work to deal with you.
Yeah.
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 And I know it's every time, because we have the same thing every freaking time.
Yeah.
But it's about attitude.
Yeah, I think probably because I feel
energy.
like because I do respond to everything with sweetness and kindness.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
But then
until you get to a level where you have to own your business.
Exactly. Because I'm thinking, am I enabling her now? Am I actually lying?
No, because you are, but now what you've got to do is don't respond like that, because that's her controlling you.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think, if she signs up, I'll be gobsmacked.
Yeah. I'll be so pleased if she doesn't.
Yeah. I'll be gobsmacked if she does.
Yeah.
And then respond with the official professional response.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
With a close down, click here to pay to enroll your child. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Goodbye.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, good job. Thank you. That really helps, because it's trying to just find the right way. Do you know what I mean? Still being me, but still valuing me.
Yeah, because it's about looking after you. Yeah, but also because self-sabotage would be to step up and be aggressive on that.
Yeah, I was aggressive, but just not to her.
Yeah, but that's my point. So you're converting that into your business.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
No.
No. Thank you.
All right, lovelies. I hope that helps you. I really do. And shout if you need me. You know where I am. All right, you will all get a recording of it as well. So go off and scribble it all in your diaries and let me know how it goes.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right, take care.
Nice to see you.
Bye.